Hello! Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Delix. I'm finally back from my break with something I wanted to do for a while. Today I wanted to talk about my experience and what I've learned during my first year as a concept art and illustration student. I initially wanted to do this video in July, right after I finished the school year, but I felt that September was better cause it's back to school time. By the time this video is up, some of you have already started school, and maybe a video like this could help you face the new school year with a different approach and a different mindset. So a little bit of premises and a little bit of backstory. This is not a tutorial video of some sort. I will not tell you to learn fundamentals and use references or how to do so. There are plenty of videos on those topics. What I wanted to focus on here are some personal experiences I had that really got me thinking, and they might help you during your personal journey. So I started to study again during 2023 at Design Academy here in Florence and took the Master of Concept Art and Illustration class. It was a very dense class where we started with some anatomy class and then we delved into concept art stuff such as history of concept art, shape design, thumbnailing, color script, and so on. It was intense since we had one 6-hour lesson per week. And although I feel like I've improved my technical skills so much, my perspective also changed. So finally, here are some pieces of advice. One, befriend your classmates and socialize. I know this could sound a little bit obvious, but hear me out. First of all, the art journey could be lonely and it's pretty easy to isolate yourself. Being in an environment with people that share your same goals and passions really makes the difference. I was really scared and thrilled at the same time to know my classmates, and it took us a while to bond cause we saw each other just for 1 week. But fortunately, we got along and I can say that I love my classmates. They are really supportive and during the year we helped each other many times. I remember asking for advices and feedback, and they were there to offer their point of view. And since we came from different backgrounds, I learned stuff that I didn't know and that helped my art too. 2. Listen to critiques and pay attention to what your professors say. This lesson is quite new for me. During the last months of school, we were focused on our final project that we had to present during our last exam. We had some critiques and feedback session in the meantime in which we had to show how far our personal project was going. I remember that during one of these sessions, I presented my work, which was some work in progress shots of an illustration that they corrected before and a sketch of a concept. I wasn't happy about the feedback I received. Not that I did something wrong, it's just that those words hit me so hard. Basically, they said that it was okay overall, but there wasn't much to critique or give feedback to. Because for the illustration, for example, it was just a matter of skills at that point, and they already knew that I was good and I can do it. So during the next session, before the final exam, I brought more. I finished the first illustration and I started the second one. Then I did some thumbnails for the cover of my project, which was an art book, and I rendered one to put it on in InDesign, and I did the layout of it, despite having things half rendered, and then I went to print them. I had more meaningful feedbacks that time, and something finally clicked. Since my project was something that should have been physical, it was important to show some kind of mock-up to see if things were working. And showing things and having feedbacks leads to progression. The previous time I was showing my drawing cause, I probably wanted to hear how good it was and have their approval to move forward with the project. And it didn't any good cause it wasn't a matter of how pretty the illustration was, but if it works or not in the project I had in mind. So yeah, this would help me during the next feedback sessions. Number 3, ask a lot of questions. I admit that I don't do this very often, but I should. If there's something that it's not quite right, or you don't understand, or if you're curious about something, you should ask. The information that you can obtain are very precious, and if you're asking questions and you're having critiques and feedbacks, you should write them down. That's my 4th point. Write everything down. Write it on your notebook or in your sketchbook or on your device you're using to take notes, but do it. What you will get by asking is very important. Every critique and every feedback, especially those during the exams. And let's be honest, you won't remember it clearly after several months. So write them down while those infos are still fresh. During the last exam, I asked my professor if they had some time for answering a bunch of questions I had. They said yes, and then we start a conversation. My questions were focused more on what was the best career choice for me, how should I go into it, and what should I do. And I can still remember what they've said to me because I wrote it down. That helped me to have a focus and plan my next steps. But I couldn't do something about it immediately, and I'm still stuck in another project. But I can always go back to the page I took notes, and when I'm ready, I can start from that. So yeah, those are some lessons from my first year as a concept art and illustration student. I hope that this might help your journey. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. Give it a like if you liked it, subscribe for more, and see you next time. Bye bye!